Hey guys, so I'm doing a batch of bulk cooking today. I'm doing a huge batch of meatballs, a double batch, and I'm going to keep them in the freezer, and then whenever I want to have some meatballs, just pop them out, toss them into whatever I'm having, and there we go. So really easy. And it really takes no additional time than just making a single batch of meatballs. That's why I'm doing it. But I wanted to show you first what I got. I went to Aldi for the first time yesterday in a very long time, probably 2 or 3 years. And they were having a special on grass-fed ground beef. It was, I think, $4.49 a pound, so I got 3 pounds, so that's a really good price. But this is what it looks like. It's the Simply Nature 100% grass-fed ground beef. Aldi's interesting. They are owned by the same parent company that Trader Joe's is, so I think this is probably the same quality that Trader Joe's grass-fed ground beef is. Just speculating, but, you know, it just seems to make sense. So anyway, the ingredients, right? Ground beef, fairly easy. And they have really good labeling. I mean, look, it says gluten-free, lactose-free. So I've got 2 pounds of the grass-fed ground beef. I'm gonna mix in some spices and throw in a big batch of meatballs. So I'm just gonna kind of show you what I've gotta do. All right, so very first thing, you wanna preheat your oven. So I've got it preheating right now to 425. It's about halfway there. And I've got 2 baking pans out. I'm gonna fill these both up. So I'm just gonna take my grass-fed ground beef, and then all I'm gonna do is I'm going to mix these together in this bowl, and then I'm gonna mix in some salt, some basil, and a little bit of chives, and that'll be it. And that's all I use to make my meatballs. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm just gonna eyeball my spices. So I'm gonna put in about a tablespoon of salt, the gray Celtic sea salt, the Vital Mineral Blend. This is my favorite because it actually says on there that it is gluten-free. It's processed in a gluten-free factory, so that's something that's really nice. And then I'm going to throw in some basil. Just going to put in about a tablespoon. Yeah, that's pretty close. And I'm going to do a tablespoon of chives as well. Spice Island chives here. Tablespoon of that. Again, eyeballing it. You can't really go wrong. And you can add whatever spices you want. These particular ones are FODMAP friendly, but if you're, you know, not avoiding FODMAPs and that type of stuff, then don't worry about it. All right, so then just mix it all together. Okay, it smells amazing. And then all I'm gonna do is I'm going to take a little piece like this, and I'm going to roll it into a ball. About yay size, oops, the size of like a golf ball or something, and then I'm just gonna put them on my little baking sheets. Okay, so I've got all of my meatballs on a pan here. This is bulk cooking at its finest. How about that? There's only 2 of us, so I mean, if you have a family of 6, this is not bulk cooking, but for a family of 2, it absolutely is. All right, so my oven is preheated to 425. I'm just gonna pop these in the oven. Now, total cook time will probably be about a half hour. I'm going to keep an eye on them. Normally just 1 tray of these is about 25 minutes, but since there's 2, just kind of have to play it by ear. So I'm going to flip-flop the trays at about 15 minutes, and then we'll kind of reevaluate from there. Okay, we are halfway through. It was about 15 minutes. Oh, they smell amazing. All right, so all I'm going to do is just flip-flop them. Bottom one on top, top one on bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and leave them in for another 10 minutes, and then we'll check them after that. All right, folks, my meatball timer went off, and they are done. Look how wonderful they look. Don't they look fantastic? And they smell just awesome. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to let these cool, and then I'm going to keep 2 servings for both myself and my husband for dinner tonight and for lunch tomorrow, and then the rest of them are going in the freezer, and I'm just going to stick them in a plastic, you know, Ziploc bag or whatever, or glass container to let them freeze so we can just pull them out and use them for whenever we need them. All right, guys, hope that gives you some ideas on bulk cooking, especially with meatballs, and be sure to visit my blog, anniesimplelife.com. All right, take care. Bye.